No, we have a horse that's being attempted to be cut out of a dumpster in Huntington Beach, California. So I'm going to double box that for you here on News Now, which is part of Fox10Phoenix.com. So we're going to continue to listen to this reaction to the Van Dyke sentencing, but then we're also going to go out to Huntington Beach, California, and watch this horse be rescued.
Selecting and seating a fair, independent, and impartial jury.
So with the legal process over, what should Chicago do next to move on from this?
I think the city and different communities ought to look at this as an opportunity to come forward. Those of us that work in law enforcement, men and women that work on the street, we need to look at the way that we conduct our business, whether it's in a courtroom, whether it's us as prosecutors, whether it's police officers on the street, about things like inherent biases that we may have that we may not know about how we communicate with people, about inviting them to be part of the process and then hopefully part of the solution. So I hope the city, I hope the Chicago Police Department, I hope the new administration that comes into the city of Chicago will look at this as an opportunity to move forward and to learn from it. It's a difficult lesson, it's a painful lesson. I'm hopeful we can find some positive and move forward. Thanks, everybody. Thank you.
When I said I was going to look for some animal-related stories this Friday, I did not imagine that we'd have a horse stuck in a dumpster in Huntington Beach, California. You just never know what you're going to get here on News Now, which is a part of Fox10Phoenix.com. It definitely looks like there's some humans. The horse is familiar with it, keeping it calm. Plenty of firefighters trying to rescue that horse.
be okay. Robin Tucker, well, we hope so. John Monroe says we hope tranquilize. Well, I don't know if tranquilizes may not. Maybe they want the horse to be awake and to be assisting. Maybe trying to hoist some dead weight out of there would be harder for them to even get the harness around if the thing was sedated. Okay. LA County Fire has the tools and the training. Scott Miller, I believe you. Scott Miller, do you work? Yeah, I see your profile as a police officer. You're in a uniform. Is there something in the manual for rescuing a large horse from a dumpster? Right? Not kidding, but hey, there you go. Okay. An equestrian center, it wasn't dumps. Yeah, some people were saying some pretty mean jokes here online, but no, it's an equestrian center. It looks like it probably got spooked, maybe jumped a fence, maybe something. Who knows? I mean, it's an animal. Could have just gotten spooked there. Anyway, the halter. Yes, it's wearing a halter. That's correct. Okay. How did the horse get in the dumpster? Yeah, we don't know. That is the big question. How did it get there? I guess we'll have some questions answered on the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock. Maybe it's time to, let me see here. Okay. Let's see. Patrick, I'm going to put the microphone down for just a second. Everybody on Facebook, one moment. I'll be right back. He's got a message on 4:30. 4:30? They want to go 4:30. I got to get to my seat. Yeah, okay. So let me just give me a couple more minutes. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're back here on Facebook Live to the 4.6 thousand of you that are watching, Fox 11 Facebook friends and followers and viewers. Thank you for watching here. So this is live coverage. Let me set the stage in case you are just joining us or tuning in. But about 2:37 p.m., there was a report of a horse, which you're seeing here, in a dumpster. Pretty large horse too, as you can see. This is Ellis Avenue and Goldenwest. This is the Huntington Beach Central Park Equestrian Center. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's a large animal. How large? I mean, thoroughbreds can be huge horses, and then how old is this? A filly? Is this sort of younger? We can't really tell you that, but you can see the emergency response so far. Heavy rescue there from Orange County OCFD. They are there, and understand there's some more people en route, but they attached this green harness you see to the hind quarters and underneath the horse. It looks like there's going to be some attempt to pull it out. How are they going to do that? Not exactly sure. What kind of pulley system? I mean, the horse looks pretty large, and even 6, 7, 8 strong men, I don't know how that works. If they're going to have to attach something to a helicopter, or to is it some kind of a truck with a boom? I'm not exactly sure. I'm just speculating, but the horse appears to be calm, so that's good. We don't know if it was given a tranquilizer of any kind, but anyway, the horse is calm, and the ladies there sort of petting its nose and snout and up its ears and head are helping. They were some good Samaritans, we were told, that actually discovered the horse and called it in, and now you're seeing the response. I'm going to bring Bob DeCastro in, everybody. You know Bob. I'm going to sign off and get ready. I think we might be going on early on Fox 11, so check out the Fox 11 5 o'clock news, even at 4:30, and we'll have the very latest. But Bob, I'm going to hand this over to you, okay?
Tell me what you know so far.
So here's what we know. This is obviously a large animal rescue in Orange County, Huntington Beach. This is a horse. This is at the Huntington Beach Central Park Equestrian Center. So it's an equestrian center here at Ellis Avenue and Goldenwest, and they were at 2:37, so a little this afternoon. A couple ladies apparently came across the horse. I think it might be those ladies there. They're right by the nose.
Why they ended up there?
We don't know how the horse ended up there, but it's hard to see. What you can see, they've attached the harness around its midsection, its ribs, and its hindquarters. And how they're going to pick a large animal like that up out of the dumpster, don't know. However, on Facebook Live, somebody in law enforcement or a firefighter said they definitely are equipped to do this. So I don't know if they had that in their training manual, but we're going to see. We'll see how this plays out. But definitely got a lot of people talking. It's kind of blowing up on social media right now as well. And we've got 4,500 people watching right now on Facebook Live. So if you have some questions or comments, go ahead and call them in. That's really all we know, Bob. So I'm going to hand you the mic and let you take it from there.
All right.
Bob DeCastro, everybody.
They have dealt with some of this stuff in the past. In fact, we've seen with a lot of rescues like this, horses trapped in between buildings. I know during one of the fires, there was a horse that somehow ended up spooked and scared and ran in between buildings, and because of that, that horse was trapped. And these firefighters are certainly very well equipped.
There's some comments if you want to read them.
We're going to read some of your comments here to deal with this. And of course, the primary thing here is that they want to make sure that this horse is safe and unharmed. But again, quite a puzzle here, isn't it? How they even were able to, how this horse even got into this situation here. Steve Jones makes the point here that you can't use equipment to cut the dumpster because that might spook the horse. That may very well be, but it looks like the horse is not really moving as it is. Perhaps they tranquilize the horse in some fashion so that the horse doesn't also become a danger to the rescuers here as well. They're able to tranquilize it to a certain degree, and then maybe use some cutting tools to get inside there as well. But looks like the method here is that they're putting a harness here, and I'm wondering if they're just going to get a helicopter here and just pull it out. That looks like what they're doing here, but they look like they got this harness pretty safely secured underneath the belly of this horse. And then, yeah, we've seen these horses lifted from areas before when a horse is in a precarious situation, or other types of livestock here, and a helicopter certainly does have enough power to safely pull something of this size up into the air. So that likely could be what's taking place here. That would be my guess. So these urban search and rescue teams, quite amazing work that they do here. It's the same teams that you might see when someone is trapped inside a riverbed and there's no way to get the person out, and they hook up the person and pull them out. But again, quite a puzzle here. We still don't know why or how this horse got into this in the first place. Just reading some of your comments here. Renee Petrovsky saying, praying he gets out safely, and a big thanks to those firefighters and responders. Man, you guys are funny out there. Sending prayers, says Rebecca Lynn Mayer. Also, the suggestion here, Eric Graham saying maybe they'd use some kind of a crane. That's a possibility too. But my first guess of the helicopter was just because these teams do have a helicopter. So it's really available and accessible. Helicopters scare the horses. That's how the BLM captures wild horses to send them, says Kim said. We'll probably get a crane or some kind of a forklift. Yeah. Wow. I guess again that's the big question here, is how did this horse get there in the first place? A good sign here, though, as we see some of the people at the equestrian center, again in Huntington Beach, they don't seem to be that concerned for the horse. Just by their demeanors, they looks like they're taking pictures and things like that and petting the horse's face. There's not a great deal of concern there, and the horse is moving. So no telling if the horse has any other types of injuries there. All right, so we're getting just the very latest here, some of the information here about this equestrian center. This is near Goldenwest Street and south of Ellis Avenue. Again, an equestrian center in Huntington Beach. This is according to Huntington Beach Fire Department there. They're on the scene there, and so they have their special team out there trying to assist in this animal rescue. The horse is stuck inside a dumpster. So somehow this horse got into a dumpster and cannot move. So this is a Orange County Fire Authority heavy rescue that's here to assist in this horse rescue, and right now, for the past several minutes, we've seen these rescue teams standing aside the dumpster there, and you see them, they've attached a harness to the horse, and we're just waiting to see how they want to lift this horse vertically up into the air. That's the best way to get this horse out, to try to make sure that this horse doesn't get hurt. We still don't know if it has any injuries, but obviously maybe the horse got spooked in some way and then jumped into the dumpster and landed squarely inside that dumpster. And now it is trapped. Up, there comes the tractor trailer here, the tractor, heavy forklift rather. So they are going to use a forklift to get this horse out. A forklift and a harness. Again, you have to wonder whether or not they do some kind of a tranquilizer to this horse to make sure that it's not way too spooked with all the different activity, all the people around it being secured to a harness there, the experience of just being trapped in this dumpster in the first place. But there we see now Huntington Beach Fire saying that units were on the scene, horses stuck inside a dumpster. So again, Orange County Fire Authority is working here to get the horse out, and they're going to use this forklift to hoist this horse outside of the dumpster. Horse seems relatively calm, but it's pretty immobilized when you have a horse this size. I mean, it takes up the entirety of the dumpster and all the sides. So rescuers were being told they wanted to use a helicopter initially to hoist the horse out of the dumpster, but there was concern that the aircraft wouldn't be able to position itself safely there. So I guess they had originally thought they might just use a helicopter to take it out, and then they brought this forklift in. So this is going to be really interesting here. Cassie Marquez, she says, please let this go smoothly, and I'm sure many people out there as they're watching this do have a lot of concern for this horse. So let's hope that this goes smoothly. See some other comments you guys are saying out there. Looks like they're making good work here. So we got a pretty good shot here. They have this horse securely strapped now, and they're moving the forklift in a little bit closer. Some very heavy straps there, and they've got some of the really heavy D-rings there. So they attach these straps to the top of that forklift, and very shortly here they are going to secure the straps to the forklift and lift this horse out of that dumpster that it is now trapped in. Again, this is in Huntington Beach. This is an equestrian center on Ellis Avenue and Goldenwest Street in Huntington Beach. Huntington Beach Fire getting the assistance of the Orange County Fire Authority heavy rescue units. These heavy rescue units do so much for communities, for any time someone might be trapped, or animals in this case are trapped, and they have special equipment and they have special expertise to be able to take this out. Blair Thompson says he's shocked as to the method that's being used. Again, they were thinking of using a helicopter at first, but they thought this was a better way because it was harder to get the helicopter in a position here. But you have to wonder if this horse is tranquilized in any way, just to make sure that the horse is not terribly spooked. But here they go. They're starting to make sure that the horse is adequately secured to this forklift before they lift it out. And of course, they're going to try to go as vertically as possible as to not injure this horse. Looking live over Huntington Beach, fire crews there trying to free that horse trapped inside this dumpster. Quite a sight here, though. I think most people are wondering how does the horse get into the dumpster in the first place. The equestrian center here, Goldenwest Street, south of Ellis Avenue, and a whole team in there trying to get this horse out. You have to think that they want to make sure that the harness there is as stable as possible. So they're using quite a big kind of a harness and contraption here to pull out this horse. Lots of people are looking on. This is again this equestrian center in Huntington Beach. All right, let's see what some of you folks are saying here. Thank you, Huntington Beach Fire, according to Susie Anderson. Yeah, this is Huntington Beach Fire and the Orange County Fire Authority. They're both on this. Steve Jones said they want the horse to be alert. You tranquilize it, and it will flop to the bottom of the dumpster. So maybe they just keep it completely alert and awake, and don't use any kind of a tranquilizer. You're wondering if there's a way or any kind of a sedative where they can just give to calm the horse, so it's perhaps not as spooked as it might be. Lori Romeo says, why don't they cut the front of the dumpster out and walk him out and get a welder and drop? Why not just weld the dumpster out and cut open a hole? And if the horse isn't tranquilized, there's a concern here that the horse could be too spooked, and it would be a danger. It would still be a danger to the horse, and maybe perhaps using a welder is also a danger. And you have a situation where you can potentially hurt or burn the horse as well. Tamsin Polly talking about sedation here. That's wrong. She says there are different levels of sedation. So maybe a veterinarian could speak to that, and whether or not they can sedate it, just kind of calm the horse's nerves a little bit, and then pull it out rather than completely put the horse out. Aaron Elsher, how did the horse get in there? The $1,000,000 question still not being answered by Orange County Fire or the Huntington Beach Police Department. Neither of them saying at this point, but obviously it had to jump in there. Okay, here it goes. They have this horse completely strapped, and the forklift is lifting it out. And this horse looks really calm, right? He's kind of just looking around. He's already up in the air. Oh, there he goes. You have the trainer, or at least some horse handlers there, that appear to be holding the horse. Horse is very, very, very intelligent, smart, empathetic creature. So there's probably some of the handlers there, or people who ride this horse, that can try to calm the horse down as the horse is starting to be lifted. You can see it's dangling just a bit, so it looks like the forklift did lift it a little bit off the ground there. They're going to have to lift it enough to be able to pull the dumpster from underneath it, and there it goes. As the horse is lifted and lifted and lifted, and hey, the horse is calm. This has worked beautifully so far. And now here they are. They're looks like they're tending to the horse's legs there as well, looks like, and tending to the horse's legs here, and shortly we should see them try to move the dumpster here and then safely bring the horse back down to the ground. So again, the horse has now been freed from the dumpster here, from the container, and Orange County Fire Authority, Huntington Beach Fire working together here along with some of the horse handlers at this equestrian center in Huntington Beach. And the horse has been pulled safely from the dumpster, and instead of moving the dumpster, it looks like they're just going to back up here and move the horse to an open area here where they can just gently set the horse down. The horse looks remarkably calm in all this, but I'm not sure if that horse can really move that much with all the all the straps they've put around the horse. And it looks like they've done something to the horse's legs too, to secure the legs, to make sure when they set the horse down that it's okay. Here they go, and shortly this horse will be touching terra firma. 1 second, 2 seconds, and there it goes. There, and then here it goes. This is so the horse is a little spooked here, understandably. Kicked a little bit scared. And now it's completely on ground, on soil here. Horse is no doubt spooked, and you got to give it to these firefighters also. You got to think when they start taking away some of the D-rings and the straps from this horse, that this horse is not going to be completely freaked out and start kicking and could be a danger to these rescuers. But we have a handler here. They're taking off these straps pretty quickly. The forklift's now going to back up and get out of this area. And again, the real big question: how did this horse get in the dumpster? I'm sure those questions are going to be answered. By the way, we're going to be following this story throughout the day, so make sure you stick with us here on Facebook, and also the Fox 11 News at 5 o'clock and 10 o'clock. We'll have a reporter, ask those questions, and we'll get some answers as to how this horse got into the dumpster in the first place. We'll find out here shortly, but there you go. This horse is free. This horse is free. All the harnesses, all the straps are gone. The forklift is no longer holding this horse. It is out of the dumpster, and good job by the Huntington Beach Fire Department and the Orange County Fire Authority. This horse is free. The horse is free. And here they go. And they're walking the horse away, so this horse does not appear to be hurt at all. Not one bit. This horse looks like it's walking normally, and the handler's taking it away. Wow, what an ordeal it was for this. What an ordeal it was for this horse. Poor guy or gal.
Yes, take it.
Very happy ending here, and our hats off right to those firefighters, the rescuers, the Orange County Fire Authority, and the Huntington Beach Fire, all working together along with the handlers there at that equestrian center to make sure that this horse is safely free. But what a job was done! Great job that was done by these rescuers. Yeah, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful animal, and you saw it there as the rescue was complete. They took off all of the harnesses, the cables, and moved away that forklift. And the horse walked away. It looks, at this point, unharmed. I'm sure that they'll send a veterinarian there to do a quick checkup to make sure the horse is okay. And a good, happy story here. Looks like we're pulling away from the story. Hey, we want to remind you again, folks, we are going to be following this story on all our Fox 11 platforms here. Facebook, will follow us on Twitter at FoxLA, and on Instagram, FoxLA. We'll have the very latest on that situation there. We'll try to get closer and talk to some of the handlers, the people who are riding this horse or handling the horse, and figure out how that horse got there in the first place. And we'll have a full report on how the horse is doing. As you saw, it did walk away. Great job by the Orange County Fire Authority and the Huntington Beach Fire Department. Stick with us, folks, okay? And thanks for sticking with us through this report. We'll have more later.